How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be continuing my Sharks of Summer series. Sharks of Summer is a series I do around here where once a week during the summer I take a look at a shark movie, and this week we're going to jump back to the Shark Bait 6-pack and be talking about the movie Swamp Shark. It originally came out in 2011 for the SyFy Channel. It was directed by Griff Furst and stars Kristy Swanson, B Sweeny, Robert Davi, Sophie Sinise, and Wade Boggs. And one thing I want to point out right off the bat is this director, Griff Furst, has made a few other shark movies. He's most known for Trailer Park Shark. That one was pretty fun. But just recently on this channel, we covered Ghost Shark, and Ghost Shark was a fun, pleasant surprise as well. And I really appreciate this guy actually putting effort into his shark productions. If you guys don't know, a lot of us like to watch cheesy shark movies because, you know, they're fun, over-the-top, crazy little movies, but that's not necessarily always the case. There's a lot of people that make super lazy shark movies just trying to cash in on the theme, and trying to find a good cheesy shark movie can be a little bit of a minefield. So major props for Griff Furst for actually trying. The movie's fun enough, it has enough energy, it has a real plot, and it moves along at a good pace. The movie is a fun little way to spend an afternoon if you want to see a cheesy shark movie. Now that being said, it's not as good as Trailer Park Shark or Ghost Shark. I mean, those movies had such good gags behind them. A flooded trailer park or a ghost shark that can haunt you anywhere there's water. I love the gimmicks in those two films. But this film, it really could have pushed things a lot further. I mean, the swamp atmosphere was there, but it could have been bigger and more in your face. You know, think Dukes of Hazzard, but in the swamp. I recently watched the Hatchet movies for this channel, and those movies were baked in New Orleans atmosphere. And I want to say, that is in this movie, but it's not pushed as far as it could be. You know, there is the swamp, there's gators, there's a gator fest, and a lot of the characters are fairly fun, but I couldn't help but feel it could have been pushed just a little farther, and the same does go for the shark. The shark has a bit of a gimmick, not as strong a gimmick as the Trailer Park or Ghost Shark did, but it's got a little bit of a gimmick, but I wish it was bigger and more special. And same with the kills, because a lot of the kills in here are just the shark jumping out of the water, grabbing a guy, or pulling you under. I do wish they were a little more creative and over the top. But that being said, this is his first shark movie, so I guess it being a little less than the others is to be expected. And again, I don't want to harp on it too hard. This movie may not be spectacular, but it's a good, fun little time. And again, I appreciate the effort, and I in general did enjoy this one. But yeah, he would go on to do bigger and better things with Ghost Shark and then Trailer Park Shark. So yeah, I wish it was more swampy, and I wish it had more gimmicks, but whatever, for what it is, it was still a pretty fun film. All that being said though, what's the movie about? I don't want to do any major spoilers, I won't ruin the ending, but I do want to break down and analyze a few things and talk a bit about a few plot points. So from here on out, let's take a bit of a deeper dive. We open up finding out the sheriff of this town is an illegal animal smuggler. He meets up with these people who have a big truck with a tank on the back of it. However, the shark is so big and strong, he's actually shaking it and starting to break it. There's a fun bit of buildup when the guy's like, to catch this thing it ate half my men, and later on we would find out that it came from really deep in the ocean. It might have some like prehistoric qualities, but also it has really thick skin, and they say it's like a tank, so it's a bit of a super shark. I just wish it was more super, like every now and then we get to see it pop out of the water, but it looks like it's kind of cracked and maybe a little bit green. I wish we got a better look at this thing. I just wish it had a little more presence. But that being said, it does have a good introduction where it literally cracks the tank open, rolls it down a hill, and the shark escapes into the swamp. Also, also worth noting there's this funny shot of the sheriff clearly on a green screen getting out of the way of the tank. Yeah, the production value is better than a lot of nothing burger shark movies, but we still are a B shark movie, so again, don't expect the world. But after that, we jump to our main characters. There are 3 siblings, 2 girls and a guy, and they are running this restaurant after their parents' passing. The older sister's the leader. The brother is this really big guy, and he's got a bit of that swamp attitude behind him. And then, of course, you have the younger sister, who the older sister's being protective of. Well, eventually, near their restaurant, one guy is gonna get eaten by a shark, and the police will show up to investigate. The sheriff, of course, being corrupt, he's going to blame it on one of the nearby alligators and try to shut the restaurant down for the foreseeable future. However, the older sister did see the shark, and they also can't let their restaurant be closed down or they're gonna go out of business and lose the restaurant, so they have to go and hunt the shark in order to save the family business. We do get a few other characters. The older sister has a boyfriend who's a little bit of a jerk character. Like, he's flirting with other women, but he says that's just because I'm a waiter at your restaurant, I'm supposed to be friendly. But then he doesn't want to hunt the shark. He's like, oh, just report it to the authorities, which maybe that's what you should be doing. I mean, it is a wild animal, but whatever. We also get another character, a regular at their diner with a mysterious past, and he says, if you're hunting the shark, I want to come along too. I have a set of skills. So overall, the characters are, again, fun enough. They're not super memorable or super over the top. They have gimmicks, but they're not great, but they are okay enough. And then after that, you get them running around, going shark hunting. The sheriff, of course, is going to be corrupt and constantly getting in their way. The younger sister is being held out of the shark hunt because the older sister wants to protect her. But when she's left alone, maybe she'll wind up hanging out with some party people on a boat and getting inadvertently dragged into even more danger. So yeah, the plot is always there. It's always moving. You know, gotta protect the sister, gotta do this to track the shark. The nerdy kid that works at their restaurant's gonna come up with several plans. Overall, it's nothing phenomenal, it's nothing that kept me super engaged, but the movie always had a plan and always had the next step going, and again, it was good enough to keep you entertained. It wasn't the best shark movie ever, it didn't blow me away, but everything in here worked well enough, it was produced well enough, it was entertaining enough, so a solid B shark movie, not a classic or anything, and if it was pushed just a little bit further, would have been a way stronger recommendation. As it stands now, though, it's fun enough, and if you want a cheesy B movie to pass the afternoon, it is totally good for that. Anyway, though, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my Sharks playlist. If you want to see my reviews for other shark movies, including Ghost Shark and Trailer Park Shark, you should be able to find them there. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Playlist here. Have a good day now.